My next egg is going to be similar to the one on the lower right hand side of a sample image. I'm going to try to do a chevron across it and then some polka dots. So I have the base egg that I'm going to need. I'll need at least one extra copy of it. So I'm going to move my copy down. I'm going to grab the pen tool, and to copy again, I'm alt dragging, but you can also do a copy and paste function, which is Control C and Control V. That's fine. To do my chevron, I'm going to start off the edge of the egg. That's really important. And then I'm going to do the up and down motion with the pen tool until I'm all the way across the opposite side. And then I'm going to come down and keep going. Now, the only problem I have at the moment is I'm drawing in the same color that I have set for the egg. So if I click off of it, it's going to kind of disappear, which is not a huge problem. It's a separate object, but it is a little disconcerting to a lot of people. So I'm going to temporarily set mine to the default stroke and fill, which creates this look. And that's what I was after for the chevron. Now keep in mind with the pen tool that click, 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 click is going to give you corner points. Click and drag will give you curve points. I'm going to do the curve points on my third object. So for this one, I'm pretty okay with just the click approach. Now from here, I am going to do any refinements I need to. I'm generally okay, I think. I'm going to then select the chevron that I drew and the egg shape that's behind it. And I'm going to use the Pathfinder to create the chevron trimmed perfectly to fit onto my egg. I have a couple of other options I can go with, but I don't think I really want to do those right now. I think I'm good with this. So this is going to be another one of these where the intersect is the one that I want. I only want the part where both of the pieces are. It'll get rid of the rest. So I'm going to choose intersect, and I'll be then left with just that part of the chevron. I can drag it down to the copy of the egg that I preserved earlier for that reason. And then I have both of the elements I need. The rest of this is about the coloration that I need to add to the egg and any strokes or what have you. Because I'm going to have to do the same thing I did with the left-hand egg with the right-hand one later, I'm going to need one further copy of that egg background to use for the stroke when I'm finished with all this. All right, so for the chevrons, I want to increase the stroke weight so I get a little bit more variety happening there. It needs to not be black. I think maybe I'm going to go with turquoise for mine. And the center part, or the fill of this, I want to make something pretty as well. So I'm going to go with yellow. So I've got turquoise for the outline of the stroke, I've got yellow for the fill, and I'm going to do something for the egg itself. I'm going to go with purple. Even though the original sample one was green, it's fine to do something different color-wise. And now I'm going to add some additional polka dots to this. So circle or ellipse, you can actually decide what you think your dots should be. And I'm going to go with white. I don't have white in that pastel chart because you don't buy white ink. White is paper colored. So I've just changed it to a default or a standard white. I've got one of them on here. I'm going to hold the Alt key down and I'm just going to drag to create an awful lot of polka dots, distribute them in whatever way I think looks good. And when I have the top and the bottom both dotted, I can go and do my last step, which is the border or the stroke that goes around the whole thing, which is going to be sort of a rich purple. I'm going to switch it from fill to stroke, which is what I just did on that one. I'm going to increase the weight up to about 10, and then I can drag it up to the egg at the top. It's not the right position. It needs to be on top of the chevron. So I need to do object arrange. I need to do another bring to front. So we're going in front of that part. And at that point, other than grouping, this particular egg is done. The sample one, by the way, did have one extra piece, and I could do that as well for anybody that's curious. I just had done an extra line down the center of the chevron bit. And if you're wondering how to stop it once you've started drawing, if you're not doing a complete object, you're going to hold down your command key or your control key and click one time and it'll turn that off. So now I've got the whole thing done. I've got the extra line down the center. I'm going to select all of the components that are the right hand egg and I'm going to group them. And then I'll move on to the third egg.